Hello guys! Welcome to Music Mondays. Considering everybody at the moment is all kind of stuck at home because of social distancing, FCYT decided that what we were going to do is introduce an online version of lessons so that you guys have stuff to do while you're bored. Anybody who is watching this after all the social distancing stuff, welcome. I hope you enjoy it. If you enjoy it, at the end I'll have some details for how you guys to subscribe to more content if you want to carry on after this week. So today I'm hoping for music we're going to be doing some kind of cool stuff that will be like some good foundations. So we're going to start off with like learning how to find middle C, how to find all of the other notes, sharps and flats, the basics so that you could play any note you wanted and name any note you wanted, which is pretty cool. And so you guys have access to a piano, I have a couple of different ideas for you. So the first one is I like playing piano stuff on my phone because I like doing this thing where I'm listening to songs, trying to work out how high notes are, and I hum them and try and play it along. So what I've got here is it's called like Piano Keyboard. I don't know if you can see that. But I know that it's on Apple. I don't know whether it's on Samsung or any other type of phones, but it's really, really good. I've also found one on a computer which is like called Virtual Piano or Online Piano or something. But if you just like Google free online piano, it'll come up and you just click on it and it works. Or literally worst comes to worst, like go online, find a picture of a piano that you can play along with, like, you know, just look at and stuff, or draw your own or something like that. All you need is something that looks vaguely piano-like for the lesson. So yes, I hope you guys all enjoy, and let us start the lesson. Hello again. So I'm hoping this isn't too shaky for you, because I'm having to hold it in a really awkward position, but we're going to roll with it. So we're going to start off with finding middle C, and some of you might already know how to do that. So if you feel like you know how to do that, pause the video now and see if you can on your image, and then you can check and see if you're right afterwards. So hoping you've given it a go now. So what we're going to do is I have a piano-y piano, and that doesn't mean much, to be fair. It mostly means that, like, if you have yours, just use whichever size you've got. So if you do have one that has more than one octave, an octave is like from one note to the next, to the same note further up. So like this one and this one at the same note, these two. So what we're always going to tend to do is go for the lower one to find middle C, which sounds kind of weird, but it's just like how it sort of works. So like if we were looking at the entire piano, we would try and find the middle point, and it's the middle C to the middle C is the one to the left, okay? So we're going to find these two. It's always the two, never the three. So we find the two, and then we go to the left of it. And that is C. So like this is C, and this is C, and like even going all the way up, we've got C's all the way down. But the one we want is middle C. So I find my two, and it's the one pretty much in the middle of the piano. That's just kind of how it works. So there is our C. And of course, on pianos, we go from A to G. There's no like H and I and all of that sort of stuff. So from me finding C, you should be able to find any note you want. Let's just start with the white ones. So here is C, B, A, if we go down a little bit, and then we can go up, and it goes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and it goes on, always like that. So as long as you can find C, you can find every white note you possibly want. And you can find every black note too. So black notes are slightly different. How they work is, okay, if I've got my middle C, the black note to the right of any note is a sharp. So it looks a little bit like a hashtag sort of sign if you were seeing it written down. So it would be a C hash. Okay? And if we were like picking a different note, so if we're going to go for D, D has a sharp, which is here, but it also has a flat. And a flat is like this, but it's on the other side. So this right here would be a flat. So if it's the black note to the right, it's a sharp, and if it's to the left, it's a flat. And then, so if we're on D, this is a D sharp, and this is a D flat. But if we went to C, C doesn't have a flat because there isn't a black note there to be a flat. But then again, that means that if we were on E, this would be E flat and D sharp at the same time. And in music, that gets really complicated. But all you really need to know is if you call this a D sharp and if you call it an E flat, both of those are completely correct. Pretty cool. So what we're going to do is I want you to just go through that again in your head. Just pause and see if you can go through. You can use my video of the piano if you want, if I keep it here. And I want you to look through and see if you can find C and then check some of the other notes, see if you can work out some of the sharps and flats, and be back in a second. Okay, so now what we're going to do, hoping you've done that now, is I'm going to give you a few different testy ones, and I'm going to play a note, and we're just going to do like maybe 2 examples, right? So I'm going to say, how about we go with G, okay? So can you pause now and see if you can find any G? So if we were going to start this, we'd start with these 2, always the 2 black notes. Go to the left, we're on C, D, E, F, G. Or if you guys wanted to be fancy, or some of you probably did think of this, C, B, A, G. And this are the complete same note. So let's do one more example. I'm going to make it a little bit harder. What are we going to go with? We're going to go with A flat. So could you pause now and see if you could find an A flat? So again, we're going to start with the 2 black notes. And we go to the left. So D, E, F, G, A. So if we wanted to do, A flat / G sharp, but seeing as I said A flat, it's easier to go to the A. And it's not this one because this one's a sharp, it's this one. So I hope you guys got that right. So that is most of the stuff we're doing today. I just want to make sure you guys go over it as many times as you want. So that is why I've come up with a couple of different ideas for games that you can use to help you remember it for next week. So, welcome back to my face from a different angle. So, I will now go through my ideas for the games I had. So I've got my little book here. So my first, they're quite similar, but the first idea I had is if you could get some paper, you could rip it into sections or cut it out, make it as nice as you want. If you make some really nice, cards to revise by, definitely send me a picture. I will give details for sending videos and pictures and stuff at the end. And you can use these, so you'd have to write every single note, so you'd have to do all of the sharps and flats as well, and you'd end up with 13 or 14 different cards. And then you could pull them at random and see if you can find them. And if you guys have really bored siblings or bored parents or anything like that, you could, kind of rope them in a bit, get them to test you, you test them, see if they can learn something as well. Or the other way round of this is you could close your eyes and randomly put your finger on any different note and see if you can work backwards and work out what note it is. There's another really one to play with, family and friends. You could do a point system, see if you could find a winner, find some sort of chocolate in your cupboards as a reward or whatever you want. So yes, they're the different ideas of things I had. But to be fair, you could do anything like this. I'm sure you could make up a really cool game with dice or something. So if you have any ideas for games, again, at the end of the video, I would love to see anything you guys create from this video. So, after this sort of stuff, so basically, what's going to happen with FCYT sort of stuff is these videos will be coming out once a week, and I'm going to try my best. See, don't quote me on this. I'm going to try my best to get all of the Monday videos out, possibly before midday if I can, so that you can look at midday or after lunch, and they will be there. So I will do my best to make sure that happens. And we're gonna, each video will have a task, so I will give you the task for this video in a minute, and that's something for you to go away and do. And whether you've made some cool cards, whether you've made up your own game, whether you're playing it with your family, grab your phone out, give us a however long video you want, and there is an email that we've set up. It's fcytvideos@gmail.com, that might not be right, but that will be in the description, and I might put it on screen. Let's hope future me does. And anything you want, literally anything. And the task in a minute, if you want, you can put that in. So the task that I have for you guys is I am going to either put on screen or in the description a set of notes that make up a quite easy song, and you have to work out what song it is and see if you can play it really well. And if you record a video of yourself and you send it to that email address, I will look at it and I will give you some advice. And we also have this little bit of a competition thing going on, where if I find a really cool video or somebody who's tried really hard, and you've put in your email, like I need consent in the video, like in the email of your video. So if you just put, I don't know, post it, okay? Post it is gonna be our thing. If you put post it in your email at any point, I will put you in for the challenges draw for the task. And if you win, you will be featured at the beginning of next week's video, which is kind of cool. If you're watching this on demand, sort of, like a while later, or if you're new, I hope you enjoyed that. There are more for this week. And if you like any past the 7-day mark, there are more probably hidden. So if you contact that email below, you could try and get in touch and see if you could join the Saturday School for more content. And so yeah, I am hoping that you guys will send in your videos. And remember, if you put pin it, no, what did I go with? I went with post it. If you put post it, like POSTIT, post it in your email that you send to me, I will consider putting it in the next video, and we'll hopefully be doing this every week. But if you're watching this on demand, like later on, still send me the videos. Of course, you can't be featured in the next one for previous content. However, I will still look at it. No matter what you send me, anything music related, even if you're working on your own thing, send it to me and say it's to Kat. I'm Kat. Say it's to Kat, and I will watch no matter what music related thing it is. And I can give you advice, or I can watch it and say how cool it is, whatever you've done. So if you do any of the stuff from the videos or outside of the videos, I am very happy to watch it and give you advice and all of that sort of stuff. So any new people, contact that email address below. Any people who have been here a while, it's nice to still be teaching you guys. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I will be seeing you again next week.